Silver port. Yeah, look at that. 1001. I wonder how many ponies you can fit in it. What is up?
Good morning, Agent 404. I have a mission for you. Profile resolution. Ensuring configurations explicitly defined enable necessary customized environments, codename precedents, for our ingest service. It needs to have two different profiles, a default and local profile.
Lame. Sounds so easy.
Just get it done.
Fine, I'll get it done. But you know what? Okay. If you remember from my last video, I have two profiles, local and in cloud. I don't like that idea. What I want to change it to is having an application YAML file where it would take all the values and then have a application local YAML file where if there's any values in there, it'll take precedence over it. So for example, imagine this file is application YAML. It has a set to warning as warn and port 80. If it had the same settings in here, it'll override these settings. Question is, how do I do that? Rename this to application YAML. Right. I have one already. I have one. Oh, hey, I do have one. Then let's copy the clouds. Let's copy this into here. Right. Copy this off. And then I want to delete this. Delete permanently. Yes, delete it. Bye bye. And then rename this into local. And then how do I see if it gets overwritten? I created two files, application.yml. Here's the values. Servers 80 port, then info, and then some other information. Then I created application-local.yml, which has a different port, and the ingest service is going to change it to file instead of cloud. And the queue should be left as cloud. I want to see what's actually being loaded in Spring Boot. Let's go over the code quickly to see what's going on. I added this AutoWire to get the environment variables. Then I added this annotation called post construct, which pretty much means that when this bean is created, it's going to run this log properties automatically. This first statement just checks if the environment is of type configurable environment. If it is, cast this variable into a configurable environment into here. So this configurable environment will be of type configurable environment. We're going to have file properties and origins. Final properties is going to have what's the final value, and origin is going to have what's the original values. Here's where we populate final properties and origins. Right here. Boop. All it does is just loops over the properties, and if its value is not null, set it to final properties, and then for origins, it just computes it. It just says, hey, you have a name, put it as an empty value, new list, and then add the name to that value. This system prints out. Let's see what happens when I run this sucker. Run it. Why is it not there? Why didn't it print it out? It should be loaded. Why is it not loading? Yeah, it has a post construct. This annotation means if once this bean is created, do all this stuff. Oh, I see. I forgot to put this annotation. So let's put that. Okay, do it. Annotation, save it. Let's reload. Let's run it again, and now it should print it out. Right? Print out nothing. It didn't print out anything. Nothing got printed out again. To fix this issue, I need to add this annotation, and then in the ingest service, there was an error where I shouldn't be adding the main to a directory. I need to put into the root path. So what I did was I just moved the file ingest service, right? Move ingest service. This one level up. Directly. Oops. One level up. So now it's out of here. No. So it's not in this directory. This directory is empty, so I don't need it anymore. Delete permanently. Delete. Now it's in the root directory. Well, one directory up. So fire. So here. DW. There's my and then when I run it, what did I do? I'll run Java. This one's in Java. Printed out the properties. Print out all the properties. Mandatory property. And just store the cloud. So it's showing everything that's loaded here. Now the issue is for my for my Spring Boot dashboard. If I try running it there, since I moved the file out of the ingest underscore service directory, it's still looking for it there. I don't know why. And I got to figure it out because I want to use the dashboard to run the code. So it's time to debug. I'm thinking if I just close this out, like disconnect and reconnect, maybe it'll know to update it. Maybe. Let's run it. Okay, that was a problem. So now it correctly pick it from, where is it? The correct path. Let me rerun again as profile. Ding, boom. All new log files. All new, log. And if we search for the value I'm searching for, which is app.ingest service, it should only be one storage file. Boom, right there. See? And there's only one of them. And then the ingest, it should be Q, should be cloud. Yeah, cloud. And then the server port should be 1001 because the application YAML is 8080. Let's see if that the local override is server port 2. Port 8080. Oh, I know why it's not overriding this. It's because if you check the code, it's only looking for field with app. I wonder if I delete this, will it just load up everything? Let's try that. Let's just comment this out. Let's stop it. What I think should happen is that it will load up the entire settings, and whatever's here is going to override whatever's in the application YAML. That means that everything in that dash application that's local is going to take precedence over anything that's in the application.yml. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it makes sense. File, boom, boom. I'm hoping the port changes to 1001. Log level stays info. Okay, let's go. Server port. Yeah, look at that. 1001. One thing I don't like about the code, if you see, it's just doing system print out. I want to actually print in the, as like Spring Boot way of printing things. Now, how do we do that? All you have to do is just import it from the SLF4J, create a variable, class variable, and then any error, you just do log of that error. If any errors happening, any information you want to print out, just do log of that info. Also, where is it here? Log of info, and you can format it the way you want to format it. And I format it with property, pipe, value, pipe, sources, and I'll get the values from here. If you check the output, it shows it right here. We go right here. So it's property, pipe value, pipe sources. And that's all you gotta do.
Mission status.
Well, it took me a couple of hours to figure out how to do it, but I got it done. We can load different profiles.
Haha.
And
So not so easy, was it?
no, it wasn't. But I
Mission
have to say,
failed.
oh, boo, boo.